have quite a lovely, beautiful things to go through. Let's see how far we will come. So let's start with our prayers. Saraswati, anyone?
Yeah, I can go.
You go. You know, we can do the teacher because last time we did this.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
So Bia, if you can do the Saraswati, and then we can do the teacher. Good.
Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good. Hi, Carla.
Good morning.
All right. Now, we're going to go a little into the grammar, but just first, I just want to go into our sadhana panchakam, just so we keep it alive. And Ariane, can you start the first line? Where are you? Here, this one. Ariane, can you do this one?
Nityam adhyatam taduditam karma swanushtiyatam.
Short is short, long is long. Okay, gotta go through those and especially make a little note for your akaras. It's not karma, it's karma, right? So gotta go through that. All right.
Can I try one more?
You can do one more, but I want you to pay attention on your shortness and longness.
Vidu nityam adhyatam taduditam karma swanushtiyatam.
Okay, make a note for this one here, short, and this is long. Okay, gotta go through it. All right, step by step, go step by step. All right, good. Okay, Nick, can you do this one?
Tene shasya vidiyatam apatuchikam ye mastistirjatam.
Good. So this is a tricky one, right? So we got matis, you're landing on a saraswati, matis, and then you have tya, and then you have jatam. Matis tya jatam.
Matistirjatam.
Matis tya jatam.
Matistirjatam.
Good. Be careful with this yakara and jakara. As a Swedish person, it's one of my biggest challenges as well, because it's easy to mix them up. So one is yakara, and the other one is ja. And here you have ja, right? You have ja, jatam. Good. But just go through it. Make sure you get all those pronunciation. Bia, can you do this one?
Papaugaf pariduyatam Bhavasuke dosho nusandhiyatam.
Good. Carla, would you like me to help you with this one?
Please.
Atme.
I remember this one. Atmecha. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, but you can help me anyway.
Okay. Atmecha.
Atmecha.
Vyavasi.
Vyavasi.
Yatam.
Yatam.
Nijagr.
Nijagr.
Nijagrhat.
Nijagrha.
Puranam.
Turnam.
You see that dot under, right? So it is cerebral. Vinirgamyatam.
Vinirgayatam.
Vinirgamyatam.
Vinirgamyatam.
Tam. Long. Vinirgamyatam.
Vinirgayatam.
Gamyatam.
Vinirgamyatam.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. Paulina. Okay. Paulina,
Yes.
if you need my help to chant it one time, just ask.
I will try.
Try.
Sangasastu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktir drdhat diyatam.
Good. Can you do it one more time?
Sangasastu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktir drdhat diyatam.
Good. Just this fellow, Saraswati.
Which one?
This one.
Ah.
Satsu.
Sangasatsu.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
And
Okay.
the makaras, did I do them right? The anuswara.
Yeah, this one you did makara. And yeah, you did correct.
Okay.
Okay. Kama.
Shantya Parichiyatam Dridataram Karma Shu Santyajatam.
What's the anuswara here?
It's a dental nakara.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So try it again from the beginning up till here.
Shantya Parichiyatan.
And here?
Dr.
Dr.
Drdatarang karma.
Is it ka or is it
No.
kar?
Karma.
Karma shu.
Karma shu jatam.
Okay, so practice this. Yeah, if you stay here with me, yeah, that's a big thing because I'm trying to help all of you.
Yeah.
But if you're somewhere else, I can't help you, right? Yeah, remember? Yeah. Don't. It's important, right?
Okay.
It's also like honoring like someone is trying to help you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, Alice, are you ready?
Yes,
Good.
I think. What am I doing? Sorry, am I doing that live?
This one, yeah.
I couldn't really remember much of it from last week, so I can try it straight off the top of my head. Or would you mind just repeating?
Yeah, of course. Sadvid banupasrpyatam pratidinam tat paduka sevyatam.
Sadvidvanupasrpyatam praditinam tatparuka sevyatam.
Sevyatam. Long. Sevyatam. And this is long. Try one more time.
Sadvidvanupasrpyatam praditinam tatparuka sevyatam.
Good. Now this one, it's all short, right? So pratidinan. So you just go straight through it. You don't have any kind of stopping or pratidinan. Good. All right. Great. You're doing great. Okay. I just want to do, I thought next time I'm not going to go into the details, but then because then I spend the whole class. But I wanted to just make sure we practice our spelling. Okay. Nick, what does it say here?
That is it's not a V, so a
Has a
vikara.
line in it.
Sorry?
It has a line in it. It's a pregnant belly with a line in it.
Yeah, I can't remember that one.
It's one of your, look at your alphabet. You have the paper.
Find it.
And
I think Nick said it first.
Said it?
He said the right one.
Yes, he said it right the first time.
oh, say it again so I can hear.
I'm just looking for it.
You thought you were wrong, but you were right.
I can't even remember what I said.
It's one of your dentals, Nick. Look at your,
Brr.
okay, so what's the first letter? How would you describe that first letter?
Bakara,
And then?
repa,
Repa. And what's the vowel?
akara,
Good. And how would you say those three letters?
bra,
Bra. Good. And Kamadevi, what's going on here?
Oh,
Oh,
there's a hakara,
that's a hakara.
and I believe it's a sakara.
No,
No?
it's one of your dentals. Usually it has a line, but that's been because the conjunct consonant usually has a line there. So it goes like trut, trut, trut. Look at your labials.
It's makara.
Mm. And what's
Okay.
those two feathers?
It's a au dantaha. Oh,
No,
no, it's a u.
no,
Oh,
two feathers.
two feathers. Oh, I.
Aye.
I without the line.
Mm.
Following. Yeah.
So now remember, this is a special word. So we you don't say brahma. Okay, you gotta go bramhai.
Brahmhai.
So go straight to the makara. Bramhai.
Brahmhai.
Good. All right. Carla, what does it say here?
Kakara.
Good. And
And
with this line,
long a.
good. How would you, up to this point, how would you pronounce this one?
Brahmhai ka.
Is it
Brahmhai ka.
ka, right?
Ka.
Brahmhai ka.
Brahmhai ka.
Good. All right. Now, Ariane, what is this?
It is ksa,
What's the letters?
kakara, and sakara.
Cerebral, right? Tongue back. Shakara.
Ksa.
Shakara. Is everybody familiar with this one? Yes. Anybody who's not? Give me a hint. This is okay. Special conjunct consonant. You got to write this in your special book. It comes again and again and again. It is kakara and shakara. Okay, the sibilant. Right?
Cerebral.
Cerebral sibilant. Mm. Okay, good. Ariane, what's the vowel?
Akara.
Good. How would you say this up to here now? If you start from the beginning until where you...
Brahmhai ka ksa.
Good. All right. Bea, what does it say here?
Repa, ra,
Repa,
akara,
akara.
and makara
Good,
and akara.
good.
Rama.
So if you start from the beginning up to that point,
Brahma Brahma Kasharama.
Brahm, Hai, Ka.
Oh,
Kshara.
Brahmani.
Actually, it's
And
tricky to get that. Ksha,
Brahmai.
Brahm, Hai, Ka, Ksharam, Ma. Just because I know the melody, so it was a tricky place to start.
Sharam. Brahmai Sharam.
So Alice, what happens here?
Oh,
Then there is, so you've got a makara, then there's an akara,
Mhm.
and you have the repa,
Good.
which is on the top of the yakara shelf. Well, the conjunct consonant of the bakara and yakara.
Is this a
That's a-
bha?
Yes, that's a ya.
Good.
But
And-
the one before it is a bah.
No.
Oh no, it's a ta. Sorry.
Good. So be careful, huh? Those bhakara and takara, they are quite similar. You see the similarities? Got to be careful. This is the one we said it has like a swan throat, right? And bhakara has much more like, it has that curve at the top, but then it kind of goes more straight down.
Yes.
So how would you, until here, how would you say from the beginning?
Brahmaika ksharamar tya.
Good. And Paulina, last one.
That's a takara and a akara. And then anuswara.
And what's the anuswara? It's the next letter is a shiva.
Then it is a na.
Sibilants are special. They land on a makara.
Okay. They land on a nakara.
No, makara. Some you do. I heard few times some teachers been putting the as a nakara, but Swamiji will not chant with. He would chant with a makara. So before a sibling, it would be a makara, just like Sanskritam, ahimsa. They wouldn't say ahimsa or Sanskritam, but if you meet a teacher that say that, you just follow that. But Yagishananda would not do it. Okay, Paulina, the whole thing.
Whee.
Whee!
Brahmaika ksharamar tam.
Good. Now listen to the melody. Brahmaika ksaramartyatam. Try one time.
Brahmaika ksaramartyatam.
Good. Bea, can you try?
Brahmaika Ksharamar Martyatam.
Good. Very good. Nick?
Well, this is a big ask.
We're with you. You have all the cheerleaders saying, go Nick, you can do it. Yay! So, Brahmai
Brahmai
ka.
ka ksh
Good.
Ksha Ram Tya Rama
So think like this.
Raper.
Yeah, so you go straight from here. So you go mar tia tam. So almost like you go from here, you go straight to the shelf, and then you go back again. Mar tia tam.
Martyatam
Good. Kama Devi, you ready?
Shall I follow you?
You want to try?
Okay, I try. It's going to be messy though because
It's
it's still,
okay.
it's a puzzle in my head at this stage. Bra,
Better to do the like this. So you go straight to Bram, close your lips. Bram,
Bram,
Bram, Hai,
Bram, Hai,
Ka, Kshara,
Kash, Kash, Kash,
Kshara.
Ksha,
Tricky, yeah? Ksha, ksha,
Kashara,
kshara.
Kshara,
It's tricky.
Kasharam, Thai,
Mar,
Marya,
Tia.
Martya,
Tam. Good. Okay, good. Ariani, you ready?
Aika Saramartyatam.
Good. Who didn't do? Carla, did you do?
Brahmaika charamartyatam.
Great. Did you do Alice? Yeah, go for it.
Brahmaika Ksaramartyatam.
Great. Did I miss someone? Please give me a hand. Everybody did? Okay, good. Now I'm gonna save the meaning for next week. Okay, so we can go a little bit into but put this in your memory bank. So practice all the previous ones and also the new ones. And remember, you have it here. If you remember here also, they do X when it's kakara and shakara. So don't get confused with this transliteration. Try to stay with the Devanagari. All right. See this? So, because they have a lot of these funny transliteration letters that they use, which is fine. Okay, good. Any questions so far?
Could you do a recording of that, please?
Yeah, I put that in the group for you. No problem. And please remind me if I have a tendency to forget something. Okay. All right. Now, grammar. Everybody ready? Focus. Okay. It's going to be a little bit technical today. All right. Alice is ready. I can see her warming up. All right. So far, remember that we had the last class, we were talking about the dhatus, right? The roots. They are the base under like the foundation, right? Now there's about 2,200, doesn't really matter. There's a lot, there's enough. You don't need to go in and learn them. You have the book for that, all right? So we know that. Now, once we go through that, we also learn that there, each and every dhatu, there is 10 different groups. Is there anybody that remember the name for that?
Gannas.
Ganna, good.
Ganna.
Ganna, right? Ganna, there was 10 groups. And then we also saw in the book that it could be, right, PAU, all right? Good. Now, then we went to the next step and we saw that every word in Sanskritam can either be a noun or a verb. Is there anybody that remember the name for noun?
I'm only reading it. Subantam.
Yes, subantam. And what about the verb?
Tingantam.
Good. Now we're gonna go up this branch. We're gonna go into the verb, and we already established that when you're creating a verb, you need to you have to do the conjugation, right? You have to decide if you're talking about I, we, right? I, you, he, she, they, right? And we decided, we had that as a home fun to, so if I say he, how would you explain that with purushaha and with the number? Nick, if I say he, how would you explain that?
Uttama.
The third person. Uttama is the
Sorry, yeah.
third person.
Pratama. Purushaha.
Purushaha.
Shaha.
It's okay. Good. And we said he. So it's how many people is that? How many person?
Ekabachanam.
Eh,
Ekabachan.
Good. Paulina, now we're saying we all. How would you describe that?
We all is plural. That's Bahuvachanam. And then the first person. Uttama Purusha.
Purushaha.
Purushaha. Plural. Yeah, Bahuvachanam.
That's perfect. You did it. You said correct. Carla, what about if I say you too?
So it's second person. So it's Madhyama Purushaha, and it's dual, and it's Dvivachanam.
Good. So everybody, do you get an understanding, right? This is clear, right? So we gotta put pratyaya. We had to put a suffix onto. It's pretty clear, right? Okay, good. All right. All right, I'm gonna go here. Okay, so this is page. Now, where are we going now? We are going into something which is called lat. What is lat? Lat means present. Present tense. That means that we're not talking about yesterday. We're not talking about went, and we're not talking about the future. I will go. We're talking about go. I go. He goes. We go. Right? Present tense. Okay. Now, Mishika say here in the beginning, she said, make sure you get this part really clear for you, because that's going to help you so much later on. If this is established, it's much easier to add the different tenses later on, like the past and the future. So she goes really in details into this. At the beginning stage of studying verbs, it's essential to cover the conjugation. So when we're talking about verbs, we're talking about, it's called conjugation. Okay. If it's noun, it's called declensions. Verb, conjugation. It's just different words. Okay. So, and it says lat, present tense. Okay. Now here's something. Bea, what does it say here?
Is that a repa above?
Mm-hmm.
Kartari.
Good. And now say it together.
Kartari.
Good. Now, kartari means in English, you would call this active voice. Okay. Put this in your. Now you have something which is called passive voice as well. So what does it say here, Paulina?
Karmani.
Good. Karmani. So you got something called active voice, passive voice. but in Sanskrit we call it kartari and karmani. What is this? Okay, if you're talking about active voice, let me see if I can write this for you. All right, here. Okay, so let's see. I'm just picking Nick, Cis, Carla. This is active voice. Now, the same thing can be written in passive voice. Carla is seen by Nick. All right, this is called active and this is called passive. We are going to look into mainly at the beginning, we're going to look into the active voice. So we're going to see more into like Nick sees Carla, Nick eats, I don't know why I picked Nick, but it's a Nick day today. Nick eats food. Nick goes to the market, all right? That's active. But the same thing could be written with a passive voice, but we're not going there yet. So just so you know what that means when they're talking about active voice and passive voice, is that the same thing can be written, but you put the people in different vibhaktis. Okay. All right, let's go back. All right, so that's what they're talking about. Now, what does it say here, Alice?
Parasmaipadi. Dhatu.
Yeah. So this is what we did. Remember that we were talking about this last time? We had these endings. Do you remember those? Where were they? This one. So this, remember we were said that every dhatu will either be a P, A, or U. So now Alice said, she said, parasmai padi. So if it's a parasmai pada, then you will have these endings. If it's an atmane pada, you will have these endings. If it's an ubhaya, you will have both. Okay, so that's what they're talking about here. So she's saying in the beginning, it's really important to learn the present tense, lat, which we're going to do, and understand the difference between active and passive voice. We are going to start with the active voice and look at the difference between P or parasmai padi. What does it say here, Alice?
Atmanepadi.
Good. In this book, the ready form anga, we're going to look into this, are provided. The reason why you don't, if there, so you remember that we have the dhatu kosha. Remember that going from that is going through that tunnel, right? The gana. There's a lot of things. To be able to understand that, you need to go into the Panini rules. There are 4,000 rules. So you need to be on that Panini rules. So Mishika says that you don't need to do that. I'm going to give the once the dhatu gone through the tunnel, I'm going to give that to you. Okay. And we're going to look at that. Now, so let's go down a little bit. All right, are you ready? here we are. Now, all the verbs that Mishika uses in her book, most of those verbs are verbs that you're gonna, they are the most common verbs when we're studying Vedanta. So that's the beautiful thing, that you start seeing these dhatus and start to recognize. Okay. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna stay with the lat. We said we're gonna stay with the present tense. We're gonna stay with active voice. We're not gonna go to the passive voice. We're gonna stay with parasmai padi, sorry, dhatu. That means the pakara. And here they are. So this is, if you look into the dhatu pata, you know, the book that we were looking at, and you went in and looked into the kakara, and then you have the vowel r, and then sh, you actually find this one. And then it's going to say 1p next to it. So it means that it belongs to the first gana, and it is a parasmai pada. Okay. And then you're going to have here, you're going to have the meaning in English. Now, here, this is what Mishika says. You don't need to learn all the 4,000 rules. I'm going to give you the anga. It's called anga. So think about, like, you have the dhatu and it's gone through the tunnel and it comes out, and here is the anga. All right. Now, this one, we got to put a person on it. All right. So let's go a little bit. Now, here, do you recognize this one? Here you have the pratama purushaha, majjama purusha, uttama purushaha, ekavachana. But these endings are for lat. There are only for present tense. Only for present tense. Okay. So let's take this here. So what the only thing you got to do is to take the anga, this is the anga, and then add one of these according to which person and which number. So let's say I want to say I plow. I, first person, right? Then I go, this one is karsha, right? And then I go down. And this one is, now this is actually 2 seconds. I'll give you another person because this one is a little bit special. Let's say he plow. Karshati. Okay. Now, let's say you want to say they too plow. Paulina, they too. So take this one.
Karsha.
And then they too.
Karshataha.
Good. Ariane, what about you plow? Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Kartahu.
This one.
Kartasi.
Karshasi. Good. Okay. What about Bea? let's take this one now. This is to go. What does it say here, Bea?
Gotcha.
Good. What about you want to say he goes? So take this one.
Gotcha. Gotchati.
Good. What about you want to say you go?
Gotcha. She.
See. Gotcha see.
Yes, see.
Good. All right. Nick, what about if you take the verb? This is to move, to walk. What does it say here?
Car, Kara,
This one is palatal. And it's the one that we said like looks like a share who's been.
yeah, it's Kakara, C. No?
Cha.
No,
It's cha. Chara.
right, sure.
Chara. Chara. Okay, you want to say he walks. So take this one and then add this one.
Charati,
Yes, he walks. Kamadevi. All right, what about he lives?
So that is Jakara. Jakara. Akara. Ikara. Jai. Jiva. Jiva.
And then you have to put this one.
Jivati.
Good, he lives.
He lives. Jivati.
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 Good, he lives. All right, now we got to look at a couple of rules. There are here. Where? All right, this is a little bit technical. Within a word, when a short akara is followed by a guna letter, a, e, o, the later one, the guna letter, is a substitute for both. All right, and you see this little star here. So it's talking about this one. So you see that so they're talking about this one here. You see that actually the suffix is anti, right? So if you have, but it's not going to be a long ah, because you have two ah, right, coming together. They're just saying, no, it's just one short ah. That's what it's basically saying. All right, so you don't go a long ah, it's just short. Now there's one more rule here. 2 stars is referring to this one, and this one. The last a of the anga is elongated dirgha when followed by vakara and makara. That's why you have, when you're coming to this one, that's why you have a longness here. You have bhavami, bhavavaha. So here you would have an extra longness. All right. So be with me. Don't give up. Don't give up. So let's see. We got here this gotcha, right? This is a go. Bea, this is gotcha, right?
Yes.
Now we want to say I go. I go. So we know that the ending that we have to put is me, right? But there's a special rule saying when the following letter is a vakara or makara, which is all the three of them, it becomes gacha me. You see that? It's not gachami, it's gachami. And the same
So the
thing,
A
it
is
becomes
long.
a long gachami.
Okay.
And what about if you have this one? Same thing apply. If you say we too,
Gacha. This is a gachavaha.
yes,
Gachavaha.
yes. What about if it's we all go?
It's the same gachamaha.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Good. Now, you have a beautiful exercise.
Mhm.
This will be your home fun. Here it is. Okay, so all the exercises here. So the page where we are now, here you see the ending, right? The T. So bhavati. So if you look at the previous page, you will see that the dhatu is bhu. So if you look in the dhata kosha, it is bhu. Now, looking at the suffix, the ending is ti. And we already learned from the home fun that this is third person singular, right? Now, this is written in Sanskrit. So you already did this from the home fun. Pratama Purushaha Ekavachana. Now is to translate it. So we know it's third person singular. So it could be he, she, or it. Now the bhu means to exist. So when you put it in bhavati, it is he, she, it is. Okay. Now, we just had a look at this one. We said that karsha, anybody remember what that meant? We had that in the previous, remember from the meaning?
I can't remember. To plow.
To plow, right? All right, now. So what was the exercise said? What does it say? It said karshanti. Karshanti, right? The ending is anti. Anti. Look at you, now I'm going back and forth, but if you have your own book, it's much easier. So you don't have to go like what I do. You can just straight away look into, all right. Now, look at this. Where is the anti?
First person singular? Third person singular?
Is it
Oh, no.
singular?
Oh, no, it's plural. Three.
So how would you describe that in Sanskrit if you said third person plural?
Utta, no.
I think Bea, I think your signal is it's a little bit difficult to hear you. Maybe we lost her. I think. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
It's a little bit like back and forth.
Yeah.
You can try a little bit,
That's
maybe.
easier. Yes, I'll try if you want to. Someone else wants to try and listening.
Okay. Alice. So we said the anti, what it's the person?
Pratama Purusha, Bahuvachanam,
Good. All right. Remember that. So we remember that. What was the meaning of karsha?
to draw, to plow.
Good. And we know that this is bahu vachanam pratama purusha, right? So that means they all, right? So what? So we the same thing is here, third person, but here we put plural, right? And then we change here to pratama purushaha bahu vachanam. So what would you write here, Alice?
They are,
They all, and what are they doing?
all plow.
They all fly. They plow, right? You don't, I mean, of course you can say all, but it's enough to say they plow, right? All right. Paulina. All right. Are you ready?
I'm trying.
Okay, so remember, what does it say here?
Gachati. Gachasi.
All right.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. See. All right. So remember that. Now we go back to our previous. This is why it's so good to have the paper, because it's much nicer to.
May I just ask, is that a conjunct consonant of chakara and a hakara?
No.
Cha.
Cha and cha. Unaspirate, these two. They come together.
Ah, okay. Those two, thank you.
Good question. Good question. Conjunct consonant. This is palatal. Cha with cha. Okay, so Paulina, what was the word? It was gachasi, right?
Yes.
So what is the dhatu?
Gum.
And what does that mean?
Go.
Good. And what was the ending of the exercise? It was,
See.
how would you describe that?
So second person plural.
Is it plural?
And it's madhyama purusha. And dvivachanam. No, ekavachanam.
Ekavachanam. Long one. Good. Okay. So what does that mean? Which one is this?
It is you.
So what does that mean? Gachasi.
You. Now I forgot what gum means.
Here it goes.
You go.
You go. You go.
You know how we do
Okay.
it.
All right. I start seeing some eyes clicking now. So that's a good sign. It was kind of blank for a moment like this, kind of like, what on earth is she talking about? Okay, so I start seeing a little bit light. That's a nice feeling from my side. Okay, Ariane, you ready? Yes? All right, let's go for the next one.
Yes, I try.
Yeah, of course. Okay, what does it say here?
Charanti.
Charanti. Okay, do you remember that?
Charanti.
Charanti. Okay, so let's go back to our previous one. Charanti. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so here we have, what's the dhatu, Ariane?
Chara. Char.
Char. Good. What's the anga?
Chara.
Good. Right? Everybody see the virama? So one is char and the other one is chara. Okay. Okay, so what was the word in the exercise? It was charanti, right? Anti. Where is anti?
Anti is Pratama Purusaha Bahuvachanam.
Good. And which person is this?
Is they all.
They all, or you can say only they. They all, right? Because they means many, but it's correct to say they all, but in normal you would just say they. Okay, now what was the meaning of char?
To move, to work.
To move. So what would that mean if you put them together now?
They move, they walk.
They move, they walk. Great.
Oh.
Good, Ariane. I think it's clicking. It's clicking. All right. All right. Who's Nick? Are you ready?
Just about.
I know. That's why you have all these cheerleaders with you going, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, here we are. What does it say here, Nick?
Jivati.
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 Good. So remember this. Remember the ending. Okay. And now we go back. And then we go to here. What is the dhatu?
Jiv.
Good. What's the meaning?
To live.
What's the anga?
Jiva.
Jiva. Good. Now the word from the exercise was jivati, right? So where is your ti?
The T is Pratama Ekavachanam.
Good. So if this means to live, and you put this one at the end, what does that mean?
They all live.
This is singular.
Oh, singular. He lives.
He lives. He, she, it lives. Okay, very good. All right. Carla, you ready? Are you ready? All right, next one. What does it say here?
Namami.
Good. Namami. So remember this one. And now we go back. All right. Where is that? Can you see the what is that dhatu?
Nam.
And what's the anga?
Nama.
And what's the meaning?
To salute.
Okay. Now the word was namami. Remember, see that thing that is the right? So that was that special rule that said that you have to add this rule.
To add a long A.
Yeah. So what do you, so here we have me, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe with the person and the number? How would you describe this one?
So, first person, Uttama Purushaha,
Good.
singular, Ekavachanam.
Good. Now, what does that mean? So you have this one. Which person is that?
I
What? I
salute.
I salute. Namami. It's clicking. I can see Carla's eyes. She's like, yeah, getting it. Okay, come on, David, you ready?
Yes.
Yes. All right, we go back. What was it? This one. All right, what does it say here? Would you like to maybe spell it first? Do you want to go letter by maybe it's easier?
Patai, pakara, akara, takara, akara. Then we have a nakara, akara, and another takara and a ikara. So it's pa ti patin
Patan,
patani
patanti,
patanti
patanti.
patanti
So the end is anti.
anti.
Okay, remember that? Anti. Okay, so let's go back to 40 here. Okay, where is your, let's find first this one, right? What's the dhatu?
Pati
Pat,
pat
pat. What's the anga?
pata
Pata.
pata
And we said the ending was anti.
anti.
So where's anti?
Anti is plural, so it's a third person. Okay. Praba
Prata.
pratama purushaha, and then it is bakavachanam,
Bahu.
bahuvachanam, bahuvachanam.
And that's, which one is that fall? It's on third person plural. That
Mhm.
means, what is that?
It's they go, they
They. And what was
they.
the dhatu? It was
to fall, they fall.
they fall.
Mhm.
Good. All right. Has everybody tried one time? Did I miss anyone? Sorry, give me a hand if I don't see anyone. Any questions now? Because this is your home fun. So what we've done up to now, and continue.
I had one question.
Hmm?
On the last word, pakanti.
So
Can you
which
repeat the
word? Sorry, I didn't understand. Sorry.
last word that we used? Was it patanti?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. When you go up to page 45 again. How do like pata? How do you find it?
Here.
The dhatu and the
It's because you
So because it's patanti, right? So I can see that it's the ending is anti.
yeah,
I know that anti. So what's the anga? It's what's before that.
yes.
And all the data,
Support.
this is the only one that fall into patanti.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get confused with this one because this is a cerebral, right? They're very similar. One is study and the other one is fall.
The words just to the left of pat. I was just thinking. Yeah. No. I think I get it. Yes.
Got it?
You go to
could I just ask a bit of clarity on the difference between this is a dhatu,
This is a dhatu, and
which means again
so this is when you look in the big book that we had looked into, the
Mhm.
dhatu kosha or the dhatu paka.
suffix.
No,
No.
not suffix. This is the root. The dhatu is the root.
Okay, yeah.
But the root goes through this tunnel, and there's a lot of things happening with this dhatu. It goes this and that and this and that, and a lot of shifting, and it's too advanced for you to go there right now. So that's why Mishika says, I'm just going to give you straight away what happens when the dhatu comes out of the gana, because it's way too advanced. Okay, so just think about, like, you have a root, but the root has gone through all these kind of rules, a lot of rules, Panini rules, up and down, and it goes on and on and on. And when it comes out, this is actually what you're using. But when you're looking at the dhatu kosha, you got to use this one. So if you look in the dhatu kosha for this, you're not going to find it.
Okay.
Now look what's
So it's like a final product to then find.
yeah, you can
your
say like
way.
yeah,
Okay.
you can say like that. Now look, it's very interesting. There's a couple of them. They are quite different. You see this? This is the dhatu. It's sta, but the anga is tishta. See how different they are?
Oh, wow.
Some of them are very similar, like the one Carla has, right? Nama is easy to remember, but there's quite a few of them, like for example, this one, to carry, to lead, ni, but when it's the anga is naya.
So how do we do that? How
You
do
got to
we
learn that.
conjugate it in this exercise?
Oh, this exercise, follow the anga.
Okay, so we always go to the anga.
Yeah, but and then you go to the anga, but they're also going to ask what is the dhatu. So you got to go first anga and then look at the dhatu, right? So if you look at this one, 174, they also asking what is the dhatu? What is the dhatu? Here, what's look at this one. Here it says gacha si. This is the anga plus the suffix. So to understand, you go for the anga. So you take this and look at the previous page and you find the anga. And then once you got the anga, you go the columns and then you see what is the dhatu. And then you write the dhatu here. And then look at the suffix. And it's going to tell you which person and which number. And then you put that first in English and then in Sanskrit. And once you have that, you get the meaning. Bea, are you okay? Would you like to do one? Is there anybody that like to try with me one more time?
Yeah, I can try because is the connection okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, try again.
This is a funny one. Okay, what does it say here, Bea?
Pashayati.
Pashati.
Oh
Pashati.
yes, Pashati.
That's a
Okay.
conjunct consonant, right? You have
Yes.
the Shiva has lost his stick. So the Pashati. Okay, remember that one?
Pashati. Okay.
Let's go
I'll
back.
write it down.
All right. So here is your Pasha
To see.
to see. What is the dhatu?
It's totally different.
Totally different.
I can't remember what's the first.
This is a dakara with a vowel, with a r.
Drishi. Drish.
And what was the word in the exercise? It was pashati, right?
Shati. Yes.
So where is your ti?
Is the third person singular.
And how would you say that?
Pratama Purushaha Ekavachanam.
Good. So what do you think that means?
It should be he sees.
Yes. He, she, it sees. Okay. Kama, would you like another one?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So please ask the questions now. Now you have a chance. Okay. You're going to be, of course, you're not going to be alone, but it's maybe, okay. You pick one. Which one will you like?
This short one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, what does it say?
Says
Pakata.
Patata.
Good.
Patata.
Okay. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go back.
Patata.
Where is your, so first of all, go to your anga and find it. What does it say here?
Pata.
Pakka.
Pata.
Pakka.
Pata to study.
To study. What's the dhatu?
Pata.
No, is it Brahma? Pat.
Pat.
Just stop on the consonant. Pat.
No akara.
Mm. Now, do you remember the suffix, the ending? It was ta. This one. Now, how would you describe this with purushaha and vachanam? It's a
It's
this is a ma.
ma.
This one.
Madhyam pu. What is that? That is a
Repa
repa
with
with
the u. Purushaha.
purushaha.
Madhyama purushaha.
Madhyam purushaha.
And what's
With
the
a-
number?
Bahu
Vachanam.
vachanam.
Mm.
Bahu vachanam.
So what does that fall? So this is you, right? But and this is
They.
they.
They. Them. No.
You all.
All.
You all. So what does that mean? You all
Study.
study.
Mhm.
Yeah? Super clear?
Yep.
Yes? Okay, any questions? Ask me now if there's any unclarity. Yeah? Everybody okay?
A really simple thing, which I think I should know, but with the Purushaha, you've got starting from the singular, it's I, you, he, she, it, and then you've got we for Dvivachanam. We, you, then is it they? So you've got today too.
We
and then
too. We too. You too. They too.
we, you, they, two, and then in the Bahuvachanam, going from that, yeah, the third, the last one you've got, that's all they, all. No, because you've got we are, we all, you all, and they all.
Yes. So right now what you did, because in English, we always put I, right? We learn I, you, he, she, it, we, they, right? We, you, they. We.
Yeah, I remember learning French, so actually helping learning French is helpful with this in how they
Just to let you know, Sanskritam will put the third person. You will mention the third person first. So it might be easier to go he, she, it, they, two, they, all. You two, you all. I, we two, we all.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's easier to get like through it.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. I think in my you could probably tell with me doing this was that I was doing it but reversed. So I was, yeah, I think that's really funny actually, because it's like, oh yeah,
I think it's really nice. You don't put yourself as a first person. The third person is the most important. You know, it's like a completely shift. It's like that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing because it just. I love that because it sort of shows how the whole cultural approach is kind of rooted in the language as well. I just think that's amazing.
Yeah, completely.
Thank you for helping me clarify that.
So try to get it that order. I think that's going to help.
Do it from top down rather than bottom up.
Now, guys, the Purushaha and the Vachanam gotta go clear now. All right. Try to don't try to get that as in your base. It's gonna help you so much. Like I said to a couple of you guys, we're gonna add things on, right? We already start adding things now. So if you get this clear, with the third, second, first, and the number helps you a lot. Okay.
Is there any rhyme like we had like in English? I remember, like I am, you are, he, she, it is. They are, you know, like is there some kind of? Because it really helped me.
You
when I
mean
learned.
like with the ending, like
Yes. You know,
um,
with the singular, dual, plural, and third person, second, and first.
not that I'm aware of, but we can make one up. You're the singer, you can make one up. Well, I mean, for me, it's just so, you know, I've been going on, you know, it's just there, naturally it's there. And I think it's going to happen to you guys also if you just kind of, okay, Pratama, Purusha, Ekavachanam. Okay, that's the little box at the top corner. Okay, and then go through, you know, the Vachanam is quite easy, right? You have Eka, you can just learn like Eka, Dvi, Bahu, right? The word Purushaha, it's the same right through. So the only thing that you need to you have to learn is Pratama, Majjhama, Uttama. Now I know, but if you don't know, I know that Majjhama means in the middle. So if you can think about that, that's the middle, Majjhama. Pratama means first, middle, Uttama means last. So it basically says first, middle, last. And then you have, if you want to make this shorter, you go Eka, Dvi, Bahu. And then kind of know there is Vachanam, right?
At the end of each one.
Yeah. So the Purushaha is in each one. So if you just go Pratama, Madhyama, Uttama, Eka, Dvi, Bahu. And then kind of put them according to which number.
That's helpful.
Yeah, is that helpful?
Created the rhyme.
And someone's going to come up with a rhyme for memory power. Yeah.
It's the same in the Parasmaipada and Atmanepada is the same. Like the third person singular is he, she, it always, and the
Yeah.
So they two, they all.
Yeah.
Second person is you two, you all, and first person is I, we two, we all.
Yeah. What changes is the endings. These ones are different.
You mean depending if it's Parasmai or Atmane?
Yeah. So this one is Parasmai.
Okay. Okay.
So at the moment we're just looking at Parasmai dhatus.
Yeah.
Now, if you had Ubhaya, if you had one which was doing both, they would do, they will have both this and the other endings. They will have, they will be able to with, I don't want to go into too much, but basically you would have this ending plus the other one.
Why not? It's like spaghetti.
Oh, just for fun. Okay. You have a chance. Any questions? Ask me now. So now someone was saying like, Paulina was saying, is there a way to remember the ending? And I said with the, in the ashram, so before the class, you will have these verses that you chant. And one of them would be to chant this. So they will go pip tas ji, sip tas ta, mip bas mas. And this is the Atmane. But this is almost like a memory game because you don't really use these endings, right? It's just like for them. So you know, if you want to go, if you want to learn, but it's kind of like, it's not going to help you at this stage. But this is what they do as a memory thing. So the best thing is get this one by heart. Ti taha anti, si taha ta, Mi, vaha, maha. All
I
right.
have one more thing. I don't want to confuse anyone too much, but I think one of the mistake I made in attempting the home fun was that I was using vachanam from the declension rather than parusha, because I realized paru is man, isn't it? So that's like person. So, and that's where I got confused near the start. Was like, oh, I wasn't putting in the person side of things. Pratama.
Oh, you were just putting it in the numbers.
Well, I got the sorry, no, I got the vachanam, but I was using vibhakti.
Oh,
I
yeah,
apologize.
vibhakti is
Rather than
yeah,
that,
good. Vibhakti is with the Rama Shabda. It's the noun. It's on Subantam.
that's where I was getting confused.
Yeah,
And
it's easy
it's
to
not
get.
person; it means category or something.
Oh, you mean with the cases, vibhakti?
Yeah, that's it. Vibhakti is case. This is where I need to learn the
Yeah,
get it in my head.
just
And
person.
Purusha is person, because I thought, oh, you just use the same thing, but no, you don't, because they mean different things. Because Purusha, yeah.
Yeah, but we do have the pratama vibhakti. Maybe that's why you got confused, right? 'Cause- yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got confused. So that bit transfers apart from the ma, no,
Huh?
the madhyama, which means middle. But then we don't use uttama. Again, those are used for the purusha rather than.
I believe me, it's gonna fall into place slow.
It's going more now. I hope I haven't confused.
What I would do is that if if I say like home fund, trying to get this little section, that is to tell you, do that. It's going to help you a lot. But otherwise, you're going to get so confused. If that is not clear, then later on it's going to get so confused. All right. So try to get this little, and every class, if you notice, I always give you like little sum up. I say, now we're here. Now we're going here. Now stay there, right? And so we take step by step. You're doing so great. All right.
Yeah.
And have fun with the home fun. If you get stuck somewhere, just write to everybody. I need help. Okay, help me out. All right. We're all here for you. Or write to me personally. You can do anything. Okay.
Yes. No, I thought I'd done it. And then I realized, actually I made a mistake. But yes, the summary thing is really helpful. And I realize I want to rewatch a couple of things just to get that in my head. But this has been very useful. Thank you. And thank you to everyone's patience with that.
I wasn't sure if I'm gonna able to come to this point, but I feel like you all got it now. So it's all good. Okay, let's chant our swasti. Anybody feel inspired? Paulina, are you inspired?
I can sing this swasti. Sure. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shupamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sasya shalini teshoyam kshobarahitaha brahmana santu nirbayaha om sarvesham swastir bhavatu sarvesham shantir bhavatu sarvesham purnam bhavatu sarvesham mangalam bhavatu sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaha sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kashchit dukha bhag bhavet asato ma satkamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om.